Okay, we are continuing our escape from the Crimson Bandits' hideout, and you can see they just leave empty boxes lying about. They're bandits. They know that you just don't leave treasure lying around, so perhaps they've hidden it somewhere or something like that. But yeah, it's just not hanging out on the floor for you to loot. And we've been running into sand phantoms constantly. So their cave is haunted by these guys who are, they look partly mystical, you know, they look partly phantom, they're sand phantoms. And I'm using the 10% heal per turn with the bard. It's a Song of Celerity, I think it is, that heals your whole party 10% per turn, so it's pretty nice. Of course, then you can't use other things like charms, like I normally do. But in this case, I'm trying that and just laying down damage. And even using my Mystic to attack. And we're basically just trying to... Oh, see, that's awesome. The Bard gets his stun again. And it's kind of neat seeing the Templar get that double 10% because the cocoon shirt plus the song. So, okay, here we go. Sometimes it's a little hard when you exit battle to remember which way you were walking. Thankfully, your character points in the direction that you were going, so that's a really good thing. That little buzz you heard back there was me reflexively trying to call my Zelling, who does not like deserts. And then I could have skipped all kinds of battles like this, but I have tons of MP, and as you can see, Prism did a tremendous amount of damage to these guys. A little tiny bit of heal, so I will use that song again just to see how it works out. And these guys, they do actually start taking down the Templar's health pretty quickly because he's blocking for so many people. Wow, there he goes. Without that little extra heal, I'd be in a little tougher spot. But the thing is, I was hoping the cleave would get 2 of them there. But, you know, do I heal or do I... try to put them to sleep, or just blade dance because they're also wounded? Yes, that's what we do. I guess I do forget sometimes that the Bard can do a pretty good attack with his triple attack. Even better than the Templar, who only does a double, right? But it's a random, you can't really choose who it's going to hit, and you can really aim the cleave pretty well. But anyway, we'll just keep cruising to town and burn all of our stuff if we get in fights before we get there, like this. Prism's doing pretty great. I want to use that more often now that I have so much MP available. Definitely want to use it, and this was a great example of where the Bard, instead of doing other things, can just use his blade dance and really hurt the whole party, and then in 3 quick attacks we've taken out the whole group. And this is nice, another level for the Templar. I've been doing some maintenance stuff, kind of. That's the way I think. Oh, and he got a new ability called Counterattack. Okay, awesome. We'll be trying that out soon. That's one thing about the Templar, he doesn't seem to get like a lot of new abilities and stuff. I've been using kind of the same stuff, just 1 or 2 things the whole fight, and he's been doing basically the same function of blocking for other people pretty much the whole game. A little skip in our recording there, but we'll keep going. And we're heading straight to the volcano. It's around here somewhere. I'm kind of hiding stuff to look at landmarks, to look at spots on the map where it is. It looks really close to town if you... In fact, it's right here. It's right in front of my face. No long search. It's just right there north of town. So we'll throw down a save and head inside and find out what it's going to be like. Okay, first battle. We have these ironically ice-looking guys, which are in the volcano. Okay, that's a cool ability. We could increase everybody's strength, but I'm going to use Prism. Look at how much MP I have. These are Fadelings. Okay, so they're some kind of spirit creature of some sort. And wow, they're dropping the damage on the Bard. And now wait a second. Our Templar, notice him, he gets attacked, so he jumps out and counterattacks. And that's really cool. So that means his new ability is a passive ability that just works. Wow! I did 34,000 with a Super Gauge Blast? Of course, because her MP is ridiculously high right now. So if I do get a Super Gauge Blast, using the Power Gloves with a 500 boost to MP, the marksman is going to do tremendous damage. Of course, that was a critical attack, but that is pretty awesome, and I had been thinking, should I maybe take the Power Glove off the marksman, because does she really need that much MP? Well, when her Crisis Strike is up, it's amazing. Okay, so we're going to try to get this heal going again with the Bard, with his song. Well, we killed them all too fast for it to have any effect. And the marksman has leveled up as well, adding a new ability called Arm Shot to her previous ability, Leg Shot. Leg Shot paralyzed, so we'll see what Arm Shot does later on. I'm increasing Dexterity because I want to keep her damage output very high, and Agility and Stamina, so obviously it's obvious what all those things do. Okay, we're at a crossroads, and apparently our Heat Crest is working. And just like my characters, I'm kind of wondering which way to go. I see a box to the left, so I'm going to try go get it and see if the path is tricky or not. Nope, no bait and switch here, no blocked off walls or something crazy to go through. Instead, we walked straight up and got an elixir, which is awesome. Restores 750 MP, so that'll be great to use in a really tough situation. And again, I don't really know which way to go. It just seems like I can go this way. I don't think I can go left there, so we're just going to keep making our way in the direction that it seems like we're actually able to go. Nice. The pinwheel worked out. I got fire resistance that time. But of course her Crisis Strike was up, so we might be able to burst these guys down before they really get a turn. Trying to stack, oh, it didn't get him, stack damage on top of that prism. Wow, and the cleave didn't get them either. And that's what Arm Shot does. It lowers attack power, which I guess makes sense. You shot him in the arm. But Dual Shot, in this case, takes out two of them, building on the other's damage. So, and the Prism didn't quite get the last ones, but let's... Okay, so these, what are those guys? Salamander things. And look at that counter work. That is really cool. The Templar is now going to get in a lot more attacks. In fact, this is going to be where the Templar's hidden damage starts really showing up. And what I mean by that is, if he straight up attacks, you're like, oh, he's not that strong, he's not actually that powerful. But what you don't really notice is how often he's blocking for people, and now how much damage he's going to start dropping because of the fact that he's getting so many attacks in. Every time someone attacks someone next to him, he's going to counter. Every time he gets attacked, he's going to counter, and all of a sudden his damage output per battle, it's as if he's gotten a ton of turns. So as I look at it as far as doing damage, I'm just exploring down here, so I just ran from that one quickly to see if I could. I just wanted to see if there's anything down here I should get, or if this is just part of the maze, and it looks like part of the maze. But the Bard previously had been kind of my battle MVP, because he sings his song and he keeps doing double damage with his whips, and they do full damage because they're ranged. And, you know, he sings and melee. He just goes straight to melee attack and do such consistent damage. But now I would say the Templar has definitely become the MVP. The Marksman, for obvious reasons, just does such consistent high damage. And we're finding a box down here. Let's find out what this is. A Heater's Shield. Let's take a look at that. That might be a really good find. and worth heading off of the main path to get to. Now the thing is, I'd have to give up one of my weapons. Do I want to give up the double attack, especially because he's doing counter? But the 15 block might make it worth it, and the heat resistance. So 10 block and 5 critical versus 8 added armor, 15 block, and 100 fire resistance. I'm going to give that a shot. Normally I'd just go straight for damage, dual wielding. But let's try to give him some durability, and I'll miss the damage, but he does have the counter, so he'll put down a lot of extra damage anyway. And hopefully he'll have a lot more survivability. Oops, water resistance. I don't think that's going to help us here. I'm always watching what the pinwheel pulls up. Nice. See that now, just 1,000 damage. Not too bad, right? Because it was a free turn in one sense. And it also charged his Crisis Strike. So we'll see how the blocking works out as to whether it was worth giving up our second weapon. This is a question of whether I want to use that 10% recover. Oh, okay, so there we go. Nice block with the Templar. Anyway, I'm trying that again just to rebuild damage. And there goes the Templar attacking again. I'm going to point this out for a while because I want to make note of the fact of how much more effective he's become now that he has counter. We don't really need to heal. And we still have 600, but you can chew it up pretty fast if you're using a lot of MP per turn. So we're going to go ahead and just straight up attack. And wow, double 400s on the Mystic. Now that Searing Shield does not look appetizing. Maybe a ranged weapon, because I'm thinking what it does is a fire damage back to you or something like that. If you do melee damage, that's hand to hand. But range damage worked great. Okay, looks like our bard levels again. Awesome. I'm gonna keep pushing that agility higher and higher. I want those turns to come up quickly. And again, I don't think I really need to add intelligence at this point. Of course I want more, but let's just boost stamina. Let's boost basically party strength. Okay, and there's a little down ramp up here. I wonder if there's anything to the right. Nothing. Nothing that I can see. Those all look blocked. So just basically take the ramp and go directly into the next section. Okay, more of these guys that kind of look like fire salamanders to me. I see their turn coming up, so I'm going to try charming one of them. Vulcan rays. Okay, so they're basically like a fire ray of some kind. And there's the bard's turn up again, and he stuns that one, so that's really good. Oh, well, in fact, he took him right out, so... just two of these guys don't really have much of a chance. And it looks like we're coming up on time for this particular video, so I'm going to break this one here, and we'll pick it up in the next part. See you soon.